And yeah, we're gonna talk about watches today. All right, so Ramon, I see you in there, man. Thank you for being here. Um, got some stuff to talk about, and I actually, what I didn't put in the thumbnail or the description is I'm actually gonna cover or do like a review, on-site review of a couple of watches that I have here. But while I am getting started, today's watch is the Zelos. This right here, the Ooh La La diver. It's the Eula diver, and it's the one with the meteorite. Really nice timepiece. I like it. It's just one of my treasures, man. I dig this watch so much. But today we're going to be talking about like the best watches that you can get now and those that's on pre-order, man. So I will say Watches and Wonders is coming up. And you got a ton of, I mentioned this in other lives and some videos, you have a ton of watch fairs coming. Like Wind Up, you got Minutes and Hours, you have the Toronto show with Jason, the one that did this watch, and you have the Philly show. I don't know about Intersect. I have to look and see what Intersect's next show is. But man, you got so many different watches. But can we all agree that competition is getting stiff? Or actually, it's not getting, it is stiff. Now, I did see that, who was that? Gosh, what was this? A luxury brand. Dang it, it just escaped my mind. Breitling just had a new watch come out, and I seen two YouTubers cover that yesterday, right? And they was like, hey, it's the best thing since sliced bread. I have to go over there and check it out. I'm gonna see if Moya Jewelers has it, because I want to see it in person. But I'm gonna talk about some watches that you can get that if you guys are at the, I don't want to spend over $1,000 for a watch. The watches I'm gonna talk about today, I'm just gonna tell you get over there and check it out. And if you don't have the time and you want to see what I'm talking about right now, as we're 2 minutes into it, go down in the description and just look at the links that I sent. Check them out. All right, so let me get back into the chat real quick. Jay Jones in the building. Watchdog is in the building. Timepiece Tony. Dopest name ever. For a dope collector. Hey, bro, we gotta do another show together, man. We gotta do an update, man. Let's do some. You know what? Because Watches and Wonders is coming up, I think we should do a collector's update, man. Where's the collection at, man, from 2024 up to this point? Where have collections taken you? You know what I'm saying? What have you added? What have you taken out? Let's do that, bro. And I want you, because your energy, I think your energy, honestly, shoot, is higher than mine, bro. Your energy is on like 1,000, bro. Ripsaw Joe is in the building. Hide your wallets. He's selling again. Hold up, bro. Hold up. So, Skylar, y'all, please, just bear with me for right now. When I said that this is a tough time for any watch company. So let's talk, not even micro brands. Let's talk affordable brands. So we're coming out of, I think today was the last day for the AliExpress sales. And I'm sure all of the AliExpress affiliates and the professional people that they are going to say, hey, today's it. This is, it's the final curtain call. And trust me, I even got one. I got one coming. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait for it to get here and talk about it. I want to see it in the metal and just, tell you guys about it. You guys saw I did have one that I got from Amazon, sent that back. And now, that process takes a long time too. When I took it, sent it back through Kohl's, and you have to wait for it to get back. They look at it and then they send your money back. But that money's going towards the next watch, because right now, let's just jump right into it. The only disadvantage about having this live, I don't have my secondary device, so I can't show you what I was looking at, what I was researching. And the person that got me fired up on this one, he's not in here yet. Is he in here? I love Roblox. Oh, you must be a Roblox player. My son be on that. He said hide your wallet, something. Yeah, so welcome in, everybody. And Trap have two Aragons coming in. Hey, so y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna get to these. I'm gonna get to these Aragons here in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna get these Airguns because I want to do an actual, just like a review, because I've had these watches for a while, and I just want to give you guys an update on how they're holding up. So I want to go to Second Hour. Second Hour is an Australian-based company, right? And they have like, so in my description, two of them. Let me see, was it Phoibos and Second Hour? I didn't go to their website, so you're going straight through Marks. And I'm gonna tell you why I did Islander. If you've yet to buy an Islander, I recommend that you go over there because with Phoibos, if you go directly to their website, they do offer you like a 20% off coupon and stuff like that. But with Mark, I think you get more bang for your buck because he has these crown. He has a reward system. So as you buy watches, which you're gonna buy anyway, you get a percentage off. You know what I'm saying? And then you get like all these little special things if you sign up for the text message. And it's all about saving money, right? So, and Mark just did a video on, like him going to the different events or the watch fairs, how much he makes. So it's a labor of love. He don't make a lot, just not even $2,000 over, just about. Let's just say he makes $2,000. So I sent it through those links just in case you're not signed up for Islander. I'm telling you that because when I buy from them, because I know I'm going to buy another watch, I want to get some points. All right. So Second Hour has a watch right now. Once you go to the launch page, go to, and I linked it to the exact watch that I'm talking about. It's on the thumbnail. It's a 40 millimeter case, 47 millimeters lug to lug. It's 10.5 millimeters tall, right? So it's not, fits on the wrist pretty nice. 10.5 millimeters, that thing will fit up on a cuff if you wear it for that. But it's an adventurous type watch. It's a dive watch. Yeah, I mean, if you wear it with a suit, that's on you. Screw down crown, micro adjust. It has 100 meters water resistance, 1,200 Vickers. Now, that is important. This watch is 1,200 Vickers. And every watch that I'm telling you right now is well beneath the $1,000 mark. I think it was one that was, it's $600. But the other watch that I want to talk about, and it's a company that I don't have any of those. I don't have a watch in my collection yet, but it's a Berndardt watch company, and I found out about them when I went out to the DC Times, right? DC District Times. 20-year-old company. Back in 2005, this watch company is in North Carolina, right? I got family in North Carolina. Shout out to the Wileys out there, you feel me? So is this watch company, right? Just the presentation, and that was one thing that sold me was as I'm talking to all the different vendors and stuff, I'm listening to the stories, but as I'm recording, I'm looking at the watch, and it got my attention. It was the one that's got two crowns on it. I forgot the name of it, but I was intrigued. He told me the story, and I said, oh, okay. And I thought to myself, can I see myself with this watch? I automatically did this thing where I'm like, okay, I'm just scanning my brain like, I'm thinking about the watches I have in my collection. Do I have anything that looks like this? I love dive watches, but do I need another dive watch? Because this one that I put in there is not the watch that I want to get add to my collection. It is it's called the Binnacle. It's called the Binnacle. 41 millimeter case, 11 millimeters tall, which is still nice. Now, this watch is an upgrade because the previous rendition was 200 meters water depth ratio. This one is 300 meters, which is on par with this right here. My Longines. This Longines diver is 300 meters water resistance. And this is a company, and of course, the watch that is cheaper. Now, it's on pre-order. I think, you have to pre-order this watch. You have to put $100 down, and then you pay, is that right? Hold on. Yep, $100 deposit. They have a 2-year warranty. And this is the other thing. It has a Miyota 9039 in it. So most of the watches we talking about that I have linked, the only watch that doesn't have a high beat is the Phoibos, right? The Wave Master. The Phoibos has an NH34. But if you've never had a Phoibos, bro, the loom on the Phoibos is great. And the robustness and the epitome of dive watch. And I'm going to tell you something. For those that like the vacation, if you guys are cruisers, a Phoibos watch, and I would say this about most dive watches, not because I got some dive watches that just kind of, they're bland when you go on. It's like, But when you go out with a Phoibos, oh my gosh, the colorways, man, the vibrance, and then just that thing shows out with the loom, man. This thing is made for that. Okay, let me get into chat real quick. There you go, JJJ. Complete the 10 watch collection now. Trap and Aragon Concept S for $99. Wow. Pretty sure good. Those good Aragons. 10 collection. Yeah. We only bought 4 Aragons so far in the last 2 months. What's up, House of X? House of X is in the building. Okay. All right. I'm caught up with the chat. All right, so let's move on. Because I want to get to these, reviewing these watches and everything. But the one watch, and again, you have to go in my description and just look at it, because it's the very first one is Zelos. And this wasn't planned. I actually bought some watches out with me. I bought my Nomadic. But this one is over $1,000. I want to talk about watches that were under $1,000. Well under $1,000. I'm talking about anywhere from $300 to $600, maybe $700. But this is a Zelos black tip. Look at that orange fume dial on it. Now, you have on the fly, look at that adjustment system right there. Really, I mean, this watch through and through is really solid, man. This is a titanium watch, and the comfort level on this thing, you know, I don't have the hairiest wrist in the world, but you know, I do have a hairy wrist. And I had to see, you know what? I'm not gonna say wasted, but I sacrificed $500 to test the height. And that's based off of YouTube reviews. That's based off of the YouTubers that were talking about this as a fan favorite, right? So I considered Zelos to be like the Jordan brand of watches, right? And not so much what Jordan accomplished, but like the fact that people will stand in lines just to get some retro J's. That's what this watch is, man, because soon as that number hits, and right now the watch that I'm talking about is not this one. And I just want to kind of go over some of the descriptions. Man, what can I say? Like, and I bought this one. So if Zelos was trash, I could tell it, you know, without feeling guilty. Because I said this before, I think if you're a watch viewer and they send you a watch, you're kind of inclined to be a little positive, man. And if you have any contrasting statements, man, it's not going to be to the point where it's like, Oh, speaking of which, I just saw my man, who was it? Oh, man. Noctua Watches just got rated on a large channel. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Noctua Watches, man, for being, like, that's global. Like, now there's so many other people that know about what you're doing, what you got going on. And I know there's a show up in Toronto, so he'll be there with the watches. So if you guys going up there and you want to see the thing in the metal, there you go. Let's see. Chat, where we at, chat? All Rangers in the building. Mr. Diabolical. Man, that man has many titles, many names, man. Like Sinister X, what are we gonna call him? Sinister X. But anyway, so hold on, wait, hold up. Oh, I'm talking about, man. God, dog. If that's what you have to look forward to on this with Zelos, just know that for the money. Now, you know, this thing has drill lugs. That doesn't excite me, to be honest. I know some people go crazy. They say, man, it's a great advantage. I like to have where when you look underneath, you just move the tab and boom, you're free to go. Do I have any watches that do that? Hold on, let me see. Yeah. For example, my Nomadic. Look underneath there. You see that? Easy peasy. Another watch that I have that does that is my Dufresne. My Dufresne watches do the same thing. Easy. Switch out from another bracelet to a strap or whatever the case, whatever you got. But for the sake of this video, we're talking affordability. We're talking new releases, and the new Zelos is called the GT. Let me go through some of the descriptions, man, just to give you like a heads up. If you don't know about this watch, I implore you. I dang near beg you to go over there and look at it, man, because if you are a fan of classic design, right? So this thing has sort of a profile, like it's inspired by a Lamborghini, right? It has a profile when you look at the dimensions. So let me go through some of the stuff. Starting price, now get this. The watch is called the Zelos GT. Starting price, $399. You have 5 days to decide. You have 5 days to look back and forth to see and compare it. Not, man, I'm telling you, compare it to what's out there on the market. But keep this in mind. Starting price, $399. The prices are good until April 30th. So they're respecting the price, and they're respecting Zelos is an enthusiast brand. But let's continue. You have names like the Argentino, the Rosso, Heritage, BRG, Carbon, and the Eclipse, which the Eclipse is the Carbon. I think the Carbon is the one I put on the thumbnail. Beautiful watch. It has a Miyota, what was it? Miyota 9133. That is the power reserve. So I've heard on YouTube that, it's like, hey, you think about the Salida 200 or the 2824. It becomes commonplace when you see so many brands using it. And I believe that some enthusiasts or some people that care about movements, like, I want to see something different. I want to see something different. I think that's why they gravitate towards in-house movements. I get it. But like, this is different because the 9133 Miyota movement, high beat, 28,800 beats. This one has a power reserve. It has a freaking power reserve on it, man. And it's over to the 9 o'clock, man. And I looked at the watch. There's not one watch in there that I don't like. I like every colorway, but I have my favorites, man. And I believe the Carbon is like my number one. The BRG is another one. The Eclipse, I like that one. The Heritage, man. Man. There's one thing about watches that gets me every time. It's like you have your predictions. People are predicting what is going to happen or what watches are going to be a hit at Watches and Wonders. I was just looking at videos on whole conversation on Rolex and Tudor, right? And get this, y'all, get this. There's a number of people that don't want to spend that kind of bread on that watch. 2, they can't spend that kind of bread on that watch. So what do you have left? You hear the word alternative thrown out, right? This is why it's so important to find out what type of watch collector you are. What do you actually like, man? Because if it's not that, there are watches, I feel, this is just my personal opinion. What's up, T. White, my bro? I feel that when it comes to horology and the historical value of a watch, I honestly believe you should have a piece that talks about the history of watchmaking, that meant something in history. And that watch should be something based on your finances, what you can afford. And I'm going to be honest to tell you the truth. If you can afford to get a Rolex, consider the type of Rolex you get. Which ones had the loudest noise in history? Which ones meant the most to mankind? Like, I don't know. Like this, that's just one way to look at it. What was it? I was looking at that Bark and Jack guy. I actually did. Those of you guys that are members, I did a members only video, and I talked about where watches are and the status. I heard a popular YouTuber stated, what did he say? Something to the effect of the price of a watch is not considered a complication of the watch. The price of the watch is just the price of the watch. Because he talked about it was some watch that has a 2824 or something like that, but it's like $100,000 or $200,000 because it has lab grown diamonds in it. So I have to go back and research because whatever. But I'm just saying, when it comes to horology and the history of horology, having a moon watch I think is cool. But if you can't afford the moon watch, there's the Boulevard Pilot. Can't afford that, go buy you a dive watch. That's what, like with me, I have a couple of watches that mean something in history. My Glycine, off top. The Airman, if I don't have nothing else, that Airman, come on, man. This Longines, a company with the longest and oldest branded name in history. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not to say that Longines is a poor man's anything. It's not it's a Longines. It is what it is. Oh, let me see what's going on in the chat. What's going on in the chat? Oh, y'all speaking to each other? Hey, you a funny guy. Hey, you a funny guy. But anyway, moving on. This guy here. Y'all see this? It's always one that come in the crowd that got something to say. All the time. Appreciate you stopping by, man, with your little comments and stuff like that, man. But moving on to the watches. The Zelos GT. You get over there, check it out. I left a link in the description, man. I think of all the watches that I have listed, this is the one that really gets me, man. Now, I looked at the Phoibos Wavemaster. Phoibos Wavemaster, I really dig that watch, man. But I think I told you guys, I have a list of watches that I was going to get this year. I wasn't buying a whole lot of watches this year, and I didn't want to go over the $1,000 mark. Just didn't. I'd rather not go over the $1,000 mark because I found value in a lot of watches at the between that $300 to $500. That's a sweet spot, right? And I'm telling you right now, the second hour, I can't remember what the price was on that second hour. I think was that close to $600? I can't remember the price on that one. But anytime you get a watch that has the Vickers on it, right? So second hour has it. There's a number of companies that have it. Who was it? Crap. Dufresne has 800 Vickers on it, so it's not as good as the 1200. However, it does have Vickers, so it's a little more scratch resistant than just having a regular 316L steel watch. All right, hold on, man. Get that. Had to remove those comments, man. I got tired of looking at it. Crap out of here. All right, now, but my watch, my pick, the one that I think you should really go after is that Zelos GT. Like I said, starting price is $499, and I want to say the carbon, and there's two versions of this watch that's like $449. And again, that price is going. Now, I don't get any compensation for any of the watches that I just talked about. And I just want to give you an example of, I do have a Zelos in my collection, and I think it's well worth the money. It goes far above what has been said on YouTube. Really nice watch. Really nice watch. Now that we're past that, let's get into that the J. Jones part of the show, which is watch review of Aragon. And hold on. Let me just because they weren't set. So let me set these real quick before I put them on camera. If you don't mind, give me just a sec. Hey, speaking of those that are watching, maybe on lunch break or what have you, what watch are you wearing right now? I appreciate everybody that dropped their watches the other day. The live that I did, and I was asking you guys what you were wearing. You guys were wearing some straight heat, as far as I'm concerned. Starting prices, $3. Yep. Yep. $3.99, man. You can't beat that, bro. You can't beat that. That's crazy. So, man, and I have the question, bro. Since you put that in there, with that, and remember, I mentioned that we're just coming out of the AliExpress sales because you got watches like San Martin that are, as far as all the enthusiasts have said, San Martin is one of the most well finished watches on the market for the price. And I know some people are like, well, I really don't want to spend, a lot of money on the watch. And I think some people were talking about, I think San Martin is asking a bit much. But I'm like, are they? And I'm not here to justify, their price. But what's the alternative? What's the alternative right now? If that San Martin is what you are looking for in a watch, but the brand that you want to get it from is asking, let's say, twice that or 3 times the price, wouldn't San Martin be a viable option for you? A reasonable option? And San Martin is pretty much had put themselves on the map. Boulevard Precision is chronographed 140. Ooh. That's what you got on right now, bro. That's crazy. Nobody has that type of heat, man. I think you trying to, if I didn't know any better, Long Ranger, I say you trying to show us up, man. Everybody in the chat, Long Ranger, man, his watch gang is on a different level. Everybody across the planet, people that been watching me for a long time, and people that's watching on replays. 27 minutes in, and there is somebody in the chat. His name is Long Ranger. Just know this: his watch collection ain't nothing to play with. Nothing to play with, y'all. He's on a whole different level. I'm sorry, but Thelonious Monk, man, what's going on, brother? How you, man? It's good seeing you in here. Who's ahead of you? There's nobody ahead of you as far as collecting, Jay. You on a whole different level, sir. We're trying to catch up to you, man. So, I mean, I understand that you said you only bought Lone Ranger's Mr. 11 watches. Hey, man, look. And the 11 watches that he got, ain't nothing to play with. They'll hurt your feelings, man. They'll hurt your feelings. Okay, so I gave you guys the skinny on the watches that are coming up. If you want to know more about them, go in my description, man. You can go at any time, because I know it's lunchtime for people. I'm off today, so I got all day. I'm actually going to leave here and go check out some watches. I'm going to ride over to what we call Moya Jewelers and check out and see what they got available. You say you're broke? You're broke, like what you break? Did you break your finger or something like that? You break your wrist? Trying to hold down all them watches that you got? Because I'm trying to figure out where you say you broke at. Ben 10 is in the building, man. Now it's a party. Welcome in, sir. For those that's just coming in, if you're stopping by right now, because I saw the little number count go up. If you're stopping by right now, I'm just briefly talking about some watches that have just come out or that will be coming out. We got 5 days for that Zelos. And I am highly recommending that watch, or at least go over there and check it out, because that's extreme heat that they got. My feelings is hurt. Your feelings hurt? What feelings is hurt? Bro, listen. Zelos specializes in great dials. Okay, all right, thanks for clearing it up, because I was like, Greta, what's Greta? Like, that's a new one. You was going to have me looking that up, bro, because I was like, Greta dials? Okay. Thanks for clearing that up, sir. I appreciate it. All right, so I know I had another watch over here somewhere. I missed the wrist checks. What's everyone wearing? All right, so I have on my Zenea. I got Zelos on the brain. I got on my Zenea Oola diver, the Oola la diver with the meteorite. Oh, so yeah, Monk. I'm going over to. That's what I was gonna say. I'm going over to Moyer's to go check it out. I mean, what is it? 39 millimeter. I looked at it. I think it looked nice, man. I like it on the leather better because I like Breitling's on the backside of Breitling's leather strap. That yellow. I think that's just such a nice touch for a watch, and just Breitling's signature. I think it's cool, man. Really nice piece. And I think that's dope, man, to drop that, release that, or have the YouTubers put that out there before Watches and Wonders, man, because I am curious to see, man. I am intrigued to see what happens, man. I think leading up to the conversation with Watches and Wonders is probably like the most, I don't know, what's the word should I put, eventful or exciting? The most exciting thing about Watches and Wonders is the conversation leading up to it, the arguments, man, nobody care about that, because I see people like, look, if I hear another Rolex conversation or reference, man, I'm going to just blow my head off type, it's in the Tudor. Tudor, according to the Morgan Stanley report, has fallen down, but that doesn't take away from Tudor's legacy and the fact that, man, I like Tudor. I dig Tudor. I think Tudor is dope, man. But I tell you one watch that I'm hesitant about putting this video out. I really, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this one. But I started on this video with Norcane, right? I mentioned Norcane during, I think Robert Wood was up. But I mentioned Norcane over there on the Watch Hangout. And what do you guys feel about Norcane, honestly? Because so the video I was putting out was just, yeah, it's more of a question. Do you consider Norcane to be a contender with the likes of Tudor Company or any dive watch, or not so much dive watch, because they don't really specialize in dive watches. Theirs is what is that, adventurer's watch? It's not a field watch, sports watch. I mean, because it's built to, man, like, what's the one guy, Jean-Claude, forgot his last name, the guy that be messing with them those lions and stuff like that, man. He has an actual watch that, I think they only made 100 of those watches. But this watch, the Wild One is what it's called, this watch is made to withstand like crazy G's, man. So it's technically a G-Shock for analog watches. And the only other watch that I know that has such a high rating when it comes to like the amount of force or droppage, if you will, is a company called Seahome, which is, I think Seahome, that's another company, a micro brand that you don't hear about at all. You guys ever heard of Seahome? But anyway, before I answer that question for me, what do you guys think about Norcane as a watch brand? Because they do use the Kinesi movement, the same thing that's in Tudor, and that's the only reason I mentioned Tudor is because they put that movement in there. So a high grade movement, well known, and this company is innovation. They're actually in line, as far as I'm concerned. Norcane and Formex are sort of like their performance watches. I guess that's what I can call it, a performance watch. Wellness Mama, yeah, Frugal, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. In my opinion, it's stupid for 50 brands to release on the same day when Rolex, AP, and Patek take all the attention that week. Maybe I'm missing something. Thelonious, you're owning something. You know what? I honestly, oh my gosh, we got to do a live, bro. Bro, we have to do a live together. We have to do a live. I want you on the panel because this is something I want to talk about, y'all. Man, anybody that want to talk about this, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. You see that in hip hop, though. You see that in hip hop. Like certain rappers dropping their albums, or R&B artists are dropping the album same day. And it's like if you were an upcoming star, right? Let's say a female artist was about to drop her album on the 1st of May, but you found out that Beyonce was dropping her album on the 1st of May. You either come before or you're going to have to drop the day up or something. You know what I'm saying? Or like it's something, you drop on the same day as Beyonce, oh, you're done. You're toast. You're toast. Because we're talking Rolex, man. Like you said, Rolex, AP. And we don't know what they're bringing out. We don't know what they're bringing out, bro. Like, so that's tough, man. I used to want an Orcane, but I have forgotten about them. John Clark. Yeah, Beware endorsement has me hyped on Orcane for a short period. I think Seahome is Texas-based. Yeah, and you know what? I met the creator of Seahome 2 years ago. And I'm going to tell you this. Seahome, in my opinion, is such a dope watch. It is such a dope watch, man. Their chronograph, I was looking at that sucker's $3,400. And if I was even considering tackling that price range, I'm buying a Tudor. I'm buying a Tudor, man. Like, and at the time, that was 2 years ago. At the time, I could have got a that Pam, the Panerai, was it 16 something, 1601 or whatever, 1601. That's a Rolex reference. It was a Pam something, but it was the same price, $3,400 on one of those websites, pre-owned, of course, but still could have got it. And I was like, but I don't know, man. I'm like, y'all tell me what y'all think, because I think it's relative. Like the price now at this point, it's like, hey, man, you get what you like if you asking a certain price. But then again, too, like, is it worth it? Because Seahome, based on the owner, stated that he has a warranty that you see online, but if you send that watch back, just like how Norcane does. So Norcane gives you, Nomadic. I'm tripping. So at the 5-year mark, I send this watch back to get the services and stuff done. I'm set for life. That's what they're claiming. That's what they believe in. They say, hey man, they believe in the craftsmanship, And I imagine that Nomadic could be one of those companies that'll last for that long. I'd imagine they will, because they open up another store. Let me get back into the chat. We are better than Rolex. Omega says we are better than Rolex. The green Norcane Wild One is dope, though. A great summer watch. This is Omega, and we have some new releases. Hey, what's going on, Omega? Okay. Now, I believe every watch has its place. Every watch has its place. From the AliExpress buys, and I know that some people are in the realm where I really don't want to touch AliExpress, man, because you want the name brand is better. Like, I want the name brand. Case in point, I just looked at, y'all know Brew watches, the Brew company, micro brand. I just found that same watch, or a watch similar to it, it has been homaged. Brew has been homaged, and guess what? It's under $50. And it looked just like a Brew, and I'm like, man, I'm thinking about grabbing one just to check it out, man. But I'm like, dude, that's crazy. How would that make you feel as a fan of Brew? Because I know once somebody get a hold of a brand, for example, we talking Aragon today, right? For right now, we passed the 30-minute mark. I want to talk about this. We're gonna get into this in a second, as soon as I get off the chat, through the chat. But yeah, we're gonna jump into these right here, and then we just gonna be bouncing back and forth between what you just mentioned. So here's the topic. Hold up, I'm gonna write this stuff down. You got Omegas are better than Rolex. Better than Rolex. We'll talk about it. We have, in my opinion, it's stupid for 50 plus brands to release on the same day when Rolex, yep, release dates. Because yeah, man, Rolex is gonna suck up all that attention. Let's see, Omega in my sales say differently. But that's the thing with micro. Some of the prices are in line with certain brands with heritage. Oh, okay, all right, man. You in line with heritage? Yeah, yeah. We gonna talk about that. I want to cover that, bro. Before I get off this live, man, I want to. And we're brew watches are cool, very fun. These homages are savage. I want to do it. Micros versus AliExpress. We're gonna talk about that briefly. This is a conversation, though, like, cause I got this scheduled to talk about. Period. I do want a vintage Speedy, but I can wait. Okay. All right. I want to get into this real quick. And this is I'm gonna just tie it all in. This right here is Aragon, a company that, what's the best way I can say? Would you consider Aragon, those you guys that have it, when Invicta was huge, when Invicta was doing their thing, they was on TV all the time. This was in the shadow. But Invicta collectors, when they bought their Invicta pieces, when Wing was bringing stuff out, they were buying these just as much, or at least just to complement their collection. But this one right here, I purchased this. I've had this for over a year now, and 45 millimeter timepiece. And let's get the dimensions. I think I have my calipers with me, because I don't know the dimensions offhand. All right, let me get the lug real quick. So the lug is 51.5. 51.5. It's a flat sapphire crystal. So this one actually comes in at 12.9. That's how thick it is. And it does have an exhibition case back on it. So I'm just gonna say it's at 13. And this has an NH35 in it. My other one has the Miyota 9015. All right, it does have a ceramic insert in it, and this one I believe is sapphire crystal. Yep, sapphire crystal, titanium. The entire watch is titanium. This is a dive master, and it doesn't taper for the bracelet. Hold up. Hey. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that $5 super chat, man. They ain't did that in a while, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks. That actually made my day. Oh man. Hey, Vic is in the chat, bro. Get out of here, bro. Aragons will have the community like Invicta once had, but didn't respect. I have so many treasures now in my collection. I have to enjoy them. The act of buying watches is addictive in itself. We're going to talk about that too. Addictive. Yeah, I'm adding subjects, bro. All right. We're going to tie it all together. So, okay. And 45.1 millimeters across. So, all in all, this watch, it doesn't taper whatsoever. Right? Who wears these watches? Who's in love with these watches? And I can tell you, thousands upon tens of thousands of people are in love with these watches. They swear by them, right? And this watch, man, with that robin's egg blue, we're not gonna say the one female name color, but this that robin egg blue. You see the sunburst effect, you see the robustness, and yes, those that like a big watch, this thing is robust, and I absolutely enjoy this watch, and the lume on it is phenomenal. What is the negatives on this watch? Outside of the finishing and brushing it, how everything fits, the dress right dressness of it, the only thing that got me with this watch, the only thing, hold on, of course I got to get my assistant, man. Let's see, let's get this thing turned around real quick. Y'all see the people out there? Hey, before I go, you see this? That's the same color as that Omega that I like. The same colorway as the strap. Thelonious, take notes. Okay, so let's focus in. The only thing that I did not like about this, Aragon up the top, I have no problem with. But then you right up under there, you got Dive Master. In my opinion, you know, I think like he should have just left the Dive Master for the back of the watch. That's just my personal opinion. It doesn't, I mean, I still like it. It doesn't knock it out, you know, but I just, you know, I was like, it's a little bit too much font on there. And plus, I just want to enjoy most of the dial, you know. That automatic professional 200 meter titanium, could they shorten it a little bit? A little less font on the dial so we can get, but I love that 3D effect. Look at the indices. The 12 and the 6, I think it's a nice touch. And even, it was funny, he was like, we're going to get some lume over there. I don't care how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to get some lume. And I love how he just framed out the window. And it's attention, man. It's like, it's overdrawn, man. This is like one of those things where it's like over-engineered. I like the watch, though. All in all, I think the watch is phenomenal. Then he came out with the following year, he came out with this, featuring a Miyota 9015, and I paid more for this one than I paid for the man. That's crazy work. Did I? No, I'm sorry. I think it was $30 more. But that's just, think about it. 9015 and it's 35. Still a dope watch. Now, for those of you guys that love massiveness, you like the massive watch, right? This right here, big boy. This is the millipede for those that don't know. And this is done in such a way, you don't have any screws or anything like that. You actually have to take, I have a pair of pliers that are just, they're plastic pliers. And that's what I unscrewed it with. Or I would say put cloth over it before you unscrew these, because you can't damage and scratch them up. Don't get no regular pliers and then go in and go to work. But as you can see, this is not for the faint of heart, man, but this is for those people that love big watches. This is the first rendition of the millipede. Now, let's look at the lug. Has that like that T-bar style lug. 55.4, and it is 16.6 millimeters tall. And I'm just measuring the bezel itself, not the cushion style case. 48.7 millimeters. Ooh, I gotta measure that crown. Let me see how big is that crown. 9.2 millimeter crown. That is a massive watch, right? That's big boy. That thing is going to grip your wrist. And I'm gonna tell you this, you feel it. The lume on this thing is amazing, but you haven't seen too many companies make bracelets like this. And I know that somebody actually has the bracelet. Just the bracelet. It's a whole bracelet in this style. What up, Woody? Alright. I have that Aragon. Vic, I thought he wasn't buying anything new. What are you talking about? Hey. I'm wearing the exact watch trap, but mine has white MOP with a Ronda auto. Ooh, okay. Now, 3 years ago, I think it's been 3 years, when the NH34 hit the scene, Aragon was the first company that I went to that actually had it available. And this is another rendition. And look at that. Look at that right here. This thing is, I love that donut shape. Now, this one has sapphire crystal NH35 in it. Is this number limited? I don't think it's number limited. This one got 200 meters of water resistance too. But yeah, man, this was, and I wanted to just get this regular black, piano black color on there. The only downside to this watch, the loom isn't that great. The loom isn't that great. But as far as everything else, perfectly fine. The watch is great. It's amazing. I would love to see, and if Wing, I'm going to tag you in this, Wing. I would love to see you come out with this piece right here with a Miyota 9075. Just a request. Just a request. I don't know. I mean, you know how your sales go. You know how you create stuff, man. But I know Wayne is one that listens to the customer, man. And I do agree with that. You know, watch collecting is addictive. I'm going back off the topic. Watches are addictive. And I think, though, right now, there is a fight. This fight is not against micro brands, AliExpress versus the big brands. They're not going to win that fight at all. Neither one. Even if micros team up with AliExpress brands, you're not going to win against a major brand, because people are going to go major brand over that. Because, and that just, tying in like release dates, what he was talking about. What do you think people are going to gravitate towards more? Even if they're not buying, your attention is going to be on the big brand. Like, say for instance, I just threw this out there, man. We're just talking. What exciting? What can Rolex do to really excite people? I mean, much of nothing, bro. Like, I'm telling you, because it's Rolex. They released that what they was calling a gold brick. They, and people from Rolex, the Rolex fanboys and girls, were saying Rolex took a cue from Invicta. That's the second time I've ever seen that being said. That I've never seen Rolex and the word Invicta like meshed together. I've always heard Invicta's trying to be Rolex, this, that, and other. But now they're like, what was the first time Rolex released a series of colors and the customer base didn't like it? They said, we didn't ask that. It was like, are you guys taking cues from Invicta? This is crazy. So they let Rolex have it. And that heavy gold piece that they made last year, same thing. But, with the predictions, I just threw this out there. I know they're not going to do it. But imagine them doing a titanium version of the Milgauss. And of course, if they did bring the Milgauss, which I know that's dead, but who's to say? Come on now. If they brought out a titanium Milgauss, people are going to buy it. I don't care. People can complain and say whatever, and I would hope that they will make the magnetic properties a lot better than what it was, because the Milgauss, I mean, it's in the name, and you can't, going back to Omega, in that sense, Omega was better spec wise than the Milgauss. Their dive watch is way better as far as specifications. And somebody made a point that Rolex sales shows that they're better than Omega. But you got Omega fans, you got Rolex fans. I'm not here to defend or referee any of them, but I will say that when it comes to the designs of Rolex, the ones that stand out to me, and I've mentioned this before, man, the Yachtmaster is like one of my favorite. I like that one. The Daytona, and I like the Air King. I think the Air King is amazing. And the Datejust is cool just because Martin Luther King wore it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a classic watch, man. That's your, like, an everyday dad's watch, or your grandfather watch, something that you'll wear to church. I think that's that. If I was to have a Rolex, it'd be one of those. But just to pop out though, man, man, that Yachtmaster, I'm sorry, that thing, and I know some people, they hate Yachtmaster. I've heard Rolex fans like, I can't stand a Yachtmaster. It's just too big, it's gaudy, it's this. I'm like, hey, what am I to say? What am I to say? Let's get into the chat real quick. Nerd with swag. Nerd with swag, you be all over the internet, man. I appreciate, like, I love seeing, like, you know what's crazy? When I go to somebody else's chat or if I go into a live, I love seeing y'all names just pop up in there. I'm like, man, that's why I know I'm like, I'm in the right place. This is it, man. This is it. Facts. A titanium Milgauss would sell, but I'm not sure it would be hype. I think it would for a second, man. I think that hype will be like, yeah. When did they discontinue? Has the Milgauss been discontinued for 2 years at least? I think it would. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be hype, man. Or somebody mentioned bringing back a gold subby, the Hulk version in gold. I don't know how that would look. I mean, that'd be crazy. That green on top of that gold, that would be crazy. That would be nuts, man. But I don't know. Who knows? I'm an old man with time. Let me see. Jay Jones, are you a deep sleeping, loud snoring type, or a near pure? Nah, I guarantee you that dude sound like a buzzsaw when he go to sleep. I love titanium lightness, and I am light sleeper. That's why I asked. Okay, so the last watch I'm gonna show with Aragon, which I think is again another watch that I wouldn't take away or add to anything on this timepiece. It is what it is. I like this. It's called the dive tank. It's inexpensive. It's heavy. You can get this on a rubber strap, or like for me, I opted for the bracelet. If you've never purchased Aragon, the biggest thing I'm gonna tell you with Aragon is buy your bracelets with the purchase, because you'll pay more. I don't know if it's a whole lot more, but like in some cases, his bracelets do get expensive. You know, so I would recommend that you buy it. And I bought my bracelet with this watch because man, this bracelet is everything, man. I love the design of this thing. It doesn't taper at all. And it does have that square look to it, that cushion, sort of like a Bell & Ross, but it's not a Bell & Ross. It's not a direct copy. And that's one thing I like about him. He has his own design language. So even if it was inspired by something that people know about, yeah. Oh, you know what? Wayne, if you watch this, bro, I would say, man, pay, homage to, like, why did Bell & Ross actually start that square dial, man? It was off a plane. That would be nice, man, to have an Aragon that was inspired, that actually you had like a dive aviation watch. I think that'd be super cool. Make this, but just change the dial to aviation. I think that'd be amazing, man. In my humble opinion. If you did that, I'll buy it. I'm gonna buy anyway, but oh yeah. Can I get a high beat in there, Wing? Am I asking too much? Wing, let me know if I'm asking too much, bro. I don't apologize for this one thing. We're talking about in line with heritage. When it comes to all of the affordable brands right now, it is a hype around it. And man, you have to know that it depends on who delivers these messages. It really do. It really do. Could you imagine what YouTube would be like without some of the people we got right now? Love or hate them, or whatever. Love or hate them, man. Like, there's so many YouTubers right now that are talking watches. Some greater than others, man. You got, like anybody. You name them. You've been on them, man. I've been on the Watch Hangout, right? I've been on Archie Luxuries. I've commented in Jory, the Time Tellers. Like, there's so many different people. I haven't mentioned or chatted in what's his name, Nico Leonard's. I caught one of the only, he don't do lives that often, but I've caught a few lives before, or a live before. And I don't talk in those circles. I just listen. I just grab information, look at the subject matter. There are a lot of times when you look in the chat, you see how the chat's going. I'm like, And you do have people have gatekeeper mentality in some of these chats, so it's best that, for me, not to speak. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you, for me, I'm like, I'm not even about to touch it. But when we're talking about these watches, imagine some of the larger YouTubers talking about AliExpress in a positive light. There'll be some people that didn't like AliExpress that have changed their minds because that person that they admire so much have talking about it. Some will probably be on the fence like, what are they talking about? What? Nah, I'm not doing that. But then the more, if they talk about it some more, I'm telling you, man, that's just the power of influencers. That's the power of influence. I'm telling you. In so many ways, I used to want this to be like, man, everybody should know about Ergon. Everybody should know about it. But then I'm like, it's cool the way it is, man, because, with the more and more people, his demand will be higher, then the prices will start skyrocketing. And I'm like, nah, man, I need something. And without an AliExpress sale, this is another brand that I say is on par with your pocketbook. And he's 25 to 30 years in. And I mentioned earlier, Berndardt, they're 20 years old, 2005. They're just as old as YouTube. Berndardt Watch Company is just as old as YouTube. And I know that there's some companies that are credited as being like the ultimate micro brand. But I don't know. There's some that I'm gravitating towards. But going back, just trying to stay on topic with, I like it where it is. I'm gonna just say that I like it where it is. I don't need no changes, and I definitely don't need some of these big time YouTubers, and even like what Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful had when he was on. What was they doing? They were talking about the best micro brands, and those watches. If you were trying to get those watches at the time, because Mr. Wonderful had said something, those watches sold out. So Trafford, he said he considered Trafford to be one of the best of the choices that they had when he was on Teddy's thing. So it's cool hearing that, but then you're at a disadvantage because you know how many people are poised. They like, hey, I'm saving up money. I'm saving up, and I'm going to get this one watch. And then some big YouTuber or somebody super popular come on and they talk about that watch. And your dreams of getting that is gone. So now you have to wait for them to restock. And then when they restock, you look like crap. They went up by $100. Who was it? Formex. Formex went up. Was it $100? All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me get into the Riskful Ignorance is in the building. What's up, brother? That's a nice watch. Love and Live Show. What's happening? All right, Love and Live Show. While you're here, there are 4 links in the description right now that you can go and look at any one of those watches. But what I want you to do is if you do go in there, go look at the bottom half. Look, I got one that's labeled Phoibos watches. Start with a PH. Phoibos watches, and what's the other one? Hold up. What's the other one? Second Hour. Both of those links go to a website called Long Island Watches. And when you get over to the description box, those lines up there, go look at, just scroll down to each one. I know there's a lot of watches in there, but I don't know what price range you want to be in. He has watches, it starts with a B. Was it Bertini, whatever. I don't know that much about it. It's a quartz watch, and that's under $100. But do they have some watches that's pricey? I don't know what your price range is as far as the timepieces that you're trying to get, but they got some nice stuff in there. Or you can go straight Islander. The Islander watches, I think, are like a great choice. A great choice off top. But yeah, and hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram. I'll give you my number. We can go through some stuff, so I can help you find like the watch you're looking for. When you purchase a bracelet from Aragon, if you put a note in order at the time of purchase to put the bracelet on the watch, they will be happy to do so. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Woody, for mentioning that. There's some companies too that if you send your watch size over, if you know the size of your wrist, they'll size your watch, and they'll send your your links in there too. I think I think Zenea watches do that too. So if you want to buy Zenea, but here's the thing too. I want to say I want to go just stay on this topic of not just the release dates, but well, I guess release dates would be is very important. When you found out about a watch, right? Release dates are important because if you release that watch on the time that a major watch companies are released, your chances of survival is slim to none. You know what I'm saying? Like you would literally word of mouth ain't gonna help you because everybody's attention span is on watches and wonders at this point. What in the number one topic? What is Rolex coming out with? What is Rolex? That's it. Don't nobody care about nothing else, man. Like I do agree with you on that one. But the other thing too, which another topic I wanted to speak on is what you're saying, micro brands versus AliExpress. How? How do they compete? Because a micro brand that is on par with, for example, you got micro brands right now that's hitting $2,500. But then you got companies that with Longines that you can get a Conquest for $2,055. And that's before any discounts that you may find. I mean, crap, bro. Like, Zelos is, man, this watch that I have, for those that don't know, but they didn't see what I was showing earlier, this watch right here, that's just an orange fume dial. That's not an everyday watch. It's not a gotta watch because that watch is going to clash with some stuff in your apparel. But they do have watches that you can get in different colorways, man. And you're talking under the $500 mark. Now, what we talking about? Berndardt. I'm definitely like Berndardt is going to be a part of my collection at one point, hands down, hands down. I'm just telling you guys. So like when I was talking about like what I was collecting this year, Berndardt is one of the companies that I was looking at. They've been in business for 20 years. They give you a 2-year warranty off top, man. But then it's just what they provide. You know, the watches are really nice. And even with this, was it Binnacle dive watch that they got coming out? That thing is phenomenal, man. I'm about to hit 100 with the 4 arrive I have. Oh, man, 100 watches? Oh, you got a nice collection. Only 6 watches this year. I don't agree with Mr. Wonderful very much. Yeah, it's a lot of people that don't. Wow, Thizzle, what's happening? Yeah, it's still morning. Where you at? I'm about to crash out on dividend investing so I can start buying watches with dividend payouts like Mr. Wonderful. I hope it worked for you, man, because Ben 10, if nobody else is an enthusiast man on this planet, bro, it's definitely you. You get hype about so many watches, just like anybody else, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Okay, I'm going to check it out. Yes, I want to get my son a real good watch. Okay, I got you. I got you. Second hour slaps. Of course, man. Right upside your head. Okay, yep. Hit me up on Instagram. I give you my phone number. It's dope to collect one brand in depth. I can respect that. I want to do that eventually. It's hard, though. Ben, that's hard. It's hard to stick to one watch. Bro, I'm telling you, this morning, when I was looking, I mean, that's Zelos. Y'all, and I don't have a picture of it, but Zelos GT. It's not out yet. You got 5 days to decide. You got 5 days to look and see if this is a watch that you want to get. I am highly impressed with that watch. I am like, yo, that wasn't even on my radar, but it is now. Thanks to somebody sending me the watch, a picture of the watch. People, man, people are diabolical out here in these streets, man. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. Hold on, let me see. I had wrote down some stuff too, man. And like we was talking about watches and wonders, man, I actually got that, you know what I'm saying, like watches to look out for doing watches and wonders, man. Tag Heuer, Rolex, of course, Tudor, Nomos, very unique in-house, Zenith, IWC, Grand Seiko, Cartier. Those are just a number of watches. But then I had mentioned about Norcane. We kind of got off the topic of Norcane, but like Norcane is expensive. What do you know? Norcane has a $20,000 watch. It's a $20,000 option for the Wild One. It's called the One of One, and there are hold up. I wrote it down. I want to make sure I got this right. You know, there's over 3 million ways to make this watch. It's like 3.5 million like variations of how you could do this watch, and the watch is made out of like the case design is like either white gold, yellow gold, or I don't know if it's platinum. I have to look and see again. But so when I went to Moria Jewelers, the representative for Norcane was there, and I was messing around on the app, and I built the watch, right? And it's funny, it was similar to what the guy made, the rep that was showcasing. I made a watch close to, because like I guess we like the same colorways, and I was off by like 2 or 3 colors. So out of 3.5 million ways that you can change this watch, me and him was that close to each other. You're talking about 2 options different. But do you think that's worth it? Think about that, man. We're talking about Norcane, a company that's using the same movement that goes into your Tudor, the Kinesi movements. 23, I don't know, and I think it's I don't know how long it takes because they have to build it, for your I don't know. If you had 23,000, like the watch that I built came out to 23,000 and some change. I'm sure you can possibly get that watch to be closer to 20. I mean, it really don't matter. You're at 20K or better, and they're building you a one of one. And I'm curious. You guys think that's worth it? Some may think 117, 23 now. Get out of here. Nervous Swag not buying any more watches till September when the watch shows come to Philly. I really want to come to that show, man. I want to drive out there because I think Philly's is like only 8 hours for me. Pre-owned. Norcane is expensive. Is a snobby artist when it comes to those prices. He is enthusiastic, but the price tags to match his enthusiasm. It's not that much enthusiasm in the world. Man, I really like Norcane, and I remember, I think if I'm not mistaken, Norcane, when I first learned about it, the Wild One, I think you can get that for just $2,000. It was at the $2,000 mark. Now that sucker is $2,500. That thing is out there, man. Now I'm like, eh. Hey, and the team over at Norcane, hey, it don't matter who your target audience is. I think the watch, because I put the Wild One on, I'm impressed with the feel. I love the watch, man. I do, and I would love to have a Wild One. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Even they have a chronograph that had that pistachio dial. I love that watch, man. That watch, chef's kiss, man. But again, it comes down to, like, as a consumer. Now, the enthusiastic part of me will still love the watch. I still love the watch, but like, there's so many different options out there, man. This is like we were talking about, micro brands versus AliExpress versus big brands. Do you get the watch that you like from a micro brand, even if it's the same price as an entry level major brand? I'm telling you, I know that's a question that some of us have. Some people, it's like a no-brainer. They be like, hey man, buy what you like. But then if you don't know about it, like for those that don't know about Zelos, you're like, I don't know. That was one of the arguments about this watch. This watch right now, I want to say it's like $1,200. Swiss movement. You have meteorite, stainless steel. You have a button that, look, see that on the fly, right? And that's just, you don't have to go underneath. You just squeeze the buttons on the side, and there you go, right? It's extended. And like on the full extension, look, this is how much space he gave me, right? But is it $1,100 worth? Because you do have watches that, you know, I refer back to Longines, right? This watch right here, if you want to get this one, I saw this watch as low as, was it $900? Just to get into a dive watch from Longines. Like $900, I'm pretty sure you can find it cheaper than that. Shoot, here's something for you too. Don't sleep on glycine, because you can get a glycine with a Solita 300 or 330 for about $500. And that's Swiss made. And that watch has heritage, man. That watch, Longines has been a company since 1914. So, all I'm saying is this. I understand that, you know, it's a lot to look, it's a lot to research, but that's what we do anyway. Because if you're here, you like looking at watches, you love watches, you're going to take the time to research that. I'm telling you, you're going to take, maybe. You may take, if you're Jay Jones, you're like, oh, impulse, it's bought. Love you, Jay. Hey, you didn't think you was going to get away from me, did you, Jay? Let me get in the chat real quick. Let's see. I think I will be in a coma waiting till September. Hey, man, that's the hard part, bro. That's the hard part. And that's the beauty about what we chasing right now. That's the beauty about what we like, man, because we can say what we want by. We can say that, hey, man, that's just too much. I'm not fooling with it. I ain't thinking about it. But at the same time, we enjoy watches, man. Since I've been sitting there talking to y'all, I've been, every time I scan over to the left, and I don't need an amen on this one. I don't need an agreement or I'm going to back you up on this one. This Nomadic is one of the best watches that I purchased. Hands down. Hands down. It is such a comfortable watch, man. The look of it, man. I love that green. This is the best green dial that I have, right? And I guess you could say, if you wanted an alternative to, yes, I'm going to use it now. If you want an alternative to the Hulk, the Submariner Hulk, there you go. And they're making so much noise, man. They're making so much noise, and I'm just telling you, man. It's like, I don't know, there's something about their loom. It's a creamy green, man. It's like spinach. That's soft. No bounce, no back play, none whatsoever. I feel that the craftsmanship done with this watch, no crown guard or anything like that, vintage style, a nod to that old, like I'm telling you, that old Rolex, bro. That's what it is. It's a nod to the old Rolex. And even you look on the back, imagine this. And I didn't even notice this till right now. Look at the case back, not just the rotor. That's another nod, because you know on the case back you have that coin edge on the back of a Rolex or Tudors. They did it on the case back. Bro, a detail I've been having this watch since forever, and I'm just noticing that detail. This is maybe Nomadic, man. Peter, bro, y'all killed it on this one, bro. I don't care what nobody tell me. This watch fire. This watch fire. This is one of the ones I will actually go and get another colorway. I saw that Shamrock one they have. It's all black. That one, that's sick. That's a sexy watch, man. Gosh, this is a beautiful watch, man. Built in Belfast. This thing's stupid, boy. I ain't even got blue on. I mean, no, nothing green. I'm about to take this. Man, you know, I'm gonna just wear 2 watches today, man. Aussie, what's going on, man? What's going on, bro? You're a fan of Citizen? So am I, Johnny. I have Citizen. I have a number of Citizen pieces. Salute to impulse buying. Get that. Johnny, I do have 4 Citizens, 2 Orcas, 2 Ecozillas, 1 being the Red Godzilla Ecozilla, which is that's it right there, man. That's it right there. Oh my gosh. It's such a phenomenal watch. I know Jerry on eBay made as much as pre-owned. It's a new one. Yeah, man. Alternative to a nice dive watch is to go ahead and buy the Submariner. Hey, y'all, and Aussie so Aussie, let me ask you this. Are you looking forward to a particular Rolex this year? Have you gotten into and I know you've gotten into the whole prediction talk, bro. I know you possibly talking to, you know what I'm saying, locals about it, man, but what do you want to see? Or if you can have any type of, let me say this, if you could have anything done on Rolex, any rendition, right? What would you change or what would you add? What would you take away? I'm curious because you have a fire collection. I don't own the Citizen, but I have a Tissot Sea Star. Hey, that's a Tissot Sea Star? That's legit. What's up, Corey? Replica watch Cuddy. George, you're not gonna last long here. I'm going to Romania, then Geneva tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah. I have a few subs, but don't wear them as much. $895 for a Citizen is pricey. Yeah, so Citizen and Timex are getting that right now. Have been getting that for the past year. What was that one? I can't remember the name of the one sub that it's $1,000. It's a Citizen. It's automatic. It's a Miota 90 something in it. 90 something. It's a Miota movement, but yeah, and I want that watch. It was the same watch they found that sat at the bottom of the ocean and washed up on the Australian shores somewhere. Fuji Cebu or whatever they call it, however you pronounce it. But yeah, that watch that's $1,000. And again, before I buy the Citizen, which Citizen has proven themselves, they have a phenomenal customer. Like I'm taking it for everything. Their customer service is second to none. 5-year warranty, so they are more than confident that their product is going to last. And if it do fail, they're more than happy to take it back and take care of you. Case in point, I used to work for a jewelry, and I've said this before, but when Citizen came in, they actually fixed, they did this for me too, but they fixed a customer watch that was out of warranty. They had been sitting in the dark too long, and they changed the sale out for him. No problem. This customer had bought a few Citizen pieces. Now, granted, it may not work for everybody, but they did it for him, so why wouldn't they? You know, they're more of like, hey, we'd rather take care of this and have a lifelong customer than not take care of it. Fugu, yeah, thank you. Vic the Sniper, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you said, man, but hey, sniper, no sniper, tutor. I want a 37 millimeter Ranger. It will be several Pepsis amongst you. So boring. Pepsi gang, I encourage everyone to wear GMTs in my group, but doesn't look like it's panning out. Hey man, it's like trying to herd cats, bro. A smaller Ranger would look nice. I have the GMT Master 2 with the green GMT hand, but don't wear it much. Hey man, you got to put them watches in rotation, man. You have, man, like, cause just paying attention to what you said that you have in your collection, man, bro, you got to put some of that stuff in, man. Put it in rotation. Get them things off the shelf, man. Get them out the case, man. Throw them on, walk around, do something, man. Gotta give some love to it, man. Or not, because I do the same thing. There's some watches that I haven't worn in some years. I pull them out when I go to different events. Look at them like, y'all, this is what I got. Put them back in the thing. Go about my business. I just went yesterday and did my monthly wind, where you every month the watches that haven't been wound in a month, I go in there, get the juices flowing, get them things back activated. I have one watch that I received from a collector that left Invicta alone a long time ago, but it is a Invicta. It's a 4-digit number. It's the Pepsi. No. It's a Coca-Cola bezel with this Zelita 200, 40 millimeter. Somebody took it from me and put it in their collection. And I don't know. I went through the boxes to look and see if I could find it, but I'm like, okay, it's not in the box. It got to be in a jewelry box or in a suitcase or something like that, because I want my watch back. That's all I know. I dig that watch. I like that watch. I like the Coke. I know the Pepsi is the more popular, but that was a question too. What's better, Pepsi or Coca-Cola? Because I know there's fans on both ends, but when it comes to watches, I got a lot of Pepsi style bezels on different dive watches, but I like the Coke design. Just classic. I don't really wear the GMT Master, but the year being the anniversary, it's 9-0 chance. It's getting. Man, it's hard to keep 500 watches in rotation. Whew. Jay Jones, man, God, dog, bro. You know what, Jay? I don't know, like, and you still ain't touching Oso. Oso collection is nuts, bro. And then there's a couple of that I won't even name. You got about 1,200 watches in your collection. 1,200. I'm not even gonna mention, but you know who you are. You got 1,200 watches in your collection. How in the actual can you? What, bro? I used 1,200, and that was, you said that was just about 1,200 or more, well over 1,200. But like, you giving me a just round figure 1,200. I'm like, I can't even fathom 1,200 watches, bro. That's like that's the equivalent of going to a watch fair. That's the 1,200 watches, man, in one area that you're in possession of. Man, bro, if you had to repair 25% of the watches, man, you done for it, bro. Shudder the thought, bro. Made my chest hurt. I used to wear magnums before getting married. Wife would kill me if she caught me in a magnum. Wow. I only keep one maybe at home at a time. Oh my God, she bought more today. I got you. Kill me. Luciano, what's going on? We use rubbers at home. I'm not a fan of wife being on pill. Oh, so you stupid. You stupid. Oh my gosh. 1,200 sounds like half of Jerry's collection. I have a grab and go set of watches. Hey, I guarantee it. A majority of them watches are wrapped. I guarantee it. Yeah. And I can tell you guys, back when we were doing, when we were heavy off into like the power plays and all the different Invicta chats that we was going on before in between the cruises and stuff like that. But we were part of every conversation. We were part of different events. We were going out to like state to state to doing different things. We would pull up at an Invicta store and somebody would be hosting, doing some stuff, man. Um, I was looking at, and this was actually online. I was watching a Facebook Live of a collector that geared up to go to the cruise, bought a bunch of watches, had a bunch of watches already, ordered a bunch of watches on the cruise, right? And before the cruise, came back, there was tons of boxes. So they were doing a display of all of the watches on this little cart or whatever. There was probably 20 watches on the cart. Then there was at least 7 or 8 boxes underneath the cart. Then there were boxes behind, like the person was just showing. And I was like, dude, I guarantee this collector, at that time, I said, I guarantee this collector got 1,000 watches just right there in that, whatever, that room. And they don't telling that, like, and then this collector said they had a safe for the, like their other watches. And I was like, case in point, who was, what was the one guy he would call into Shop HQ and said he had 2,200 Invicta watches, right? Pete from Florida. Well, again, come to find out, Pete passed away 2 years ago. Or has it been 3 years now? I think it's either 2 or 3 years. When they went down to get everything out of his house, his estate, he had over 5,500 watches. 2,200 of those watches were Invicta, but this dude had Rolex, Breitling. I mean, thousands of watches in general. Hundreds of Rolexes, right? This guy was a collector, a bunch of Breitlings, man, a bunch of like different brands we ain't never heard of. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. 5,500 watches? He was the ultimate watch collector. 'Cause I've never heard anybody else in history with that many watches. I just haven't. I'm pretty sure if you guys are kind of navigating through these YouTube streets, I'm pretty sure you guys know collectors that have a vast amount, like some big celebrity or something. I don't know. Let's see. Let me get into this. Yes. Jerry makes a will who leaves your collections to. Oh, hey man, Jerry can leave, man, just to everybody in the chat and then some. He said already done. This is a collector for real. Good job leaving all my watches to my son. Yeah. And y'all know I do that from time to time, man, because I know my kids don't like. I could talk about my kids like a dog right now. They don't watch me. You know what I'm saying? I'm an hour and 32 minutes in here. They'll never see this until once my eyes close forever. Then they'll start searching through like, man, I just want to get a glimpse of what, and then they'll see, oh, Dad was talking greasy about me for real. Yeah, you don't watch the show, and you need to go back to see what watches I said are most important. And I'm pretty sure by the time you find out what watch is most important, you probably got rid of it already. And then you're going to be looking stupid. So you should have been watching the show so you can like get your name on it. Because I'm not even going to leave it in the wheel for you. I'm just going to like whoever gets to whatever watches, that's on YouTube. That's how I'm going to do that. How about that? Children. I've seen so many families ruined by inheritance. Yes. Proper wills in place. I do have a will though. Greed destroys. I've seen it. I seen it when my sister died, man. Oh my gosh, it was ridiculous, man. Everyone's like, "What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do?" Because my sister was, gosh, she was a shopper, man. She loved all the high-end stuff, Gucci, Prada, Fendi, all that stuff. She had it. She had it, man. Louis Vuitton. So like when she died, that's all the females in the family were like, we want that. I was like, guess what? It's going to charity. They're like, what? Yup. My sister, not yours. You have a small collection of what, Jay Jones? I'm leaving all my insurance to my boys and all my watches to them too. Yeah. I know one collector who has maybe 100 plus Rolex, all very high end ones, like crazy rare dates, pearl. Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. I'll probably just, oh man, that will be, oh my gosh, man. No, that, man, just the history alone, man. Yeah, man, my sister was my best friend, man. Yo, Noctua Watches is in the building. I just saw your watch being reviewed yesterday, sir. Just saw your watch yesterday being reviewed. It's out there. The world knows who you are now. And even more will know about you in the upcoming days, months, and years. You're solidified in history as a watchmaker, sir. An enthusiast watchmaker that has a YouTube channel, man, that is down to earth, cool. And if y'all don't know, Noctua Watches, man, go over there, check it out. Look at what he got to offer. Yep. And one thing I like what he said was of because bro, right now you're in competition with every other AliExpress and micro brand. But the one thing I like that he said about you is that the watches are handmade by one person. You don't have a team. It's just you. I think that was like a key factor. I know some people will just breeze by reviews and stuff like that. They look like they either like it or they don't. But I stayed through the whole review. I do that for the most part, but because I'm like, yeah, let me tune in, check this out. So, bravo, my friend, you got it out there, man. And I know you got that show coming up there in Toronto. What? Tell me again. Let me just put in the chat, bro. When is the Toronto show? It's in April, right? I can't remember what the dates are though. Oh yeah, I saw that too. But again, bro, guess what? You had an idea about that already. You knew. You came out with everything else that's out there, man. This is what I was so. The actual nature of today's live was based around the new watches that are coming out or that's out. So I featured today. I just talked about Second Hour, Berndardt, Phoibos, and Zelos GT, which I think is going to be a major hit. But yeah, man, bro, you in competition with, so you're out there, you're in competition with everybody. April 24th through 27th. Yep. So that, I hope you guys are able to go to that show, man. My man Jason, Janelle Watches, is hosting that. He's putting that on, man, and this is his second show. He did this first one like last September. I think it's amazing. The Toronto Watch Fair. I just think, this is a great time to be a watch collector, man. We say this every year, but it's just, I don't know, it's just it's going to get better every year, possibly. But this year may be a little tough because there are a lot of people that lost their jobs. There's a lot of people that are not spending as much money. And there are a group of people that are looking for the more inexpensive pieces, but so they're looking for the San Martins of watches. Consumer still has the say, because consumers they outnumber the enthusiasts. But then you have enthusiasts that's within that. I'm a consumer too. I like to shop around, but then I also like certain watches like Zelos and Aragon, which I think is dope. So much hate for the NH movement these days. When is the next Invicta cruise? I feel like I keep asking this question. Right, you know what? There is a group out of Texas hosting one. I'll get back with you on that one. I'm gonna see if it's still gonna fly. It's up in the air with Invicta right now because the way Invicta has been poo-pooing it, they just been poo-pooing it. As far as it is not, I don't know what kind of form it is right now, man. Non-existent. I've been seeing more YouTube commercials during, when you're waiting for somebody, the promotional commercials and stuff on YouTube. But I see Ryan and Kendi will do something on. It's sad where Invicta's dropped since then. But I do believe that if Invicta came back with another cruise, oh yeah, the customer base will come back. The customer base will be like, oh man, another cruise there. But there's a group of people putting one on want to say next year. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. The next cruise will be on a road. Hey, that's with the holes in it. That thing going down, boy. Let's do a watch cruise either way. More brands. Let's go. Aussie. I've been saying that, bro. I look. I talked to some other people about that. I'm down. I'm down, bro, because I'm telling you, it's nothing like being on a cruise. You're enjoying the cruise itself, but then you go to those different fairs and events right there on the cruise. That's crazy. That's crazy. We can do it. I'll bring a plastic grocery bag full of my Casios. Hey, that's all you need. Casios go crazy. I just seen a bunch of G-Shocks that just released some new colorways and stuff like that. New technology. Yeah, yeah. All right, so the NH movement is a horse. All you need to have a watch. Just keep time. There's a plus and minus about the NH movements. Plus and minus. Here's the minus part. It's common. It's super common. It's every day. It's like it fails in comparison to everything else, right? But the one thing, the plus about it is, it gives you a sweeping motion. It gives you the ability to like a design or to wear a watch, and the maintenance of it is like it. It's a forgivable purchase if it breaks. Yeah, you'd be like, dang, my watch messed up. But you'd be like, dang, it ain't that bad. Versus if you wouldn't have spent $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 and your movement failed, you'd be like, what in the actual? This is some bull crap. Oh yeah, you'll turn into the Hulk, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll take on some like legendary enemies, man, for somebody like your watch failing. You imagine if you bought your you know what? Let me mention Aussie's, one of Aussie's favorite watches in the world, man. The Omega. If your Omega, I can't even say it. Aussie probably cussing me out right. If your Omega, your coaxial just fails, and you have to get that fixed, you'll be butthurt. You'll be like, what is this? This a bull crap, man. Oh my gosh. My wife won't get on the cruise. She's afraid of the ocean, cannot swim. Hey, she better be one of the first ones to get on that boat, that little safety boat. I was waiting. Oh my gosh. Oh man, y'all. Aussie just loves. He would trade his entire Rolex collection, man, for just one Omega. Just one. And his favorite one is the Speedmaster. Second is that Bond, No Time to Die piece. I just know it is. He made a whole group around it. Ain't that right, Aussie? You gonna sell your Speedmaster? There'll be somebody to buy it, bro. There'll be somebody to buy it. I'm telling you, man. Especially like it's such a hype around the Speedmaster right now, man. It's such a hype. And wait a minute, somebody was in here earlier said there's some new Omegas coming out. Some new stuff coming out. You should do a show on why there's so much hate on certain watches. I can. I think it'd be a spicy conversation because there are people that will die on the heel of the NH movement being like the worst. I think the NH movement is good for what it is, man. It allows you to get, and it's a break-in. It's a nice work watch. A movement forward to have a work watch. A nice movement to go swimming, jumping off your boat, diving in, taking that initial shock, because, you don't think about that, what a watch goes through upon diving in. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and then you think about, the military that's jumping out of stuff, man, hitting that water. They have to have a watch that can take it. NH35, the NH38, which can be regulated, because I have a number of regulated watches.
Water?
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, man. The NH movement, man, come on, man. That's crazy. I don't know, like, and the NH movement, I think the other thing too, Vic, is um, it's not, I guess it's being compared, like, man, why buy NH when you can buy a Salida 200? But then you can say the same thing about the Salida 200 because people tired of that. It's off the shelf movement. Okay, well, let's go to in-house. Yeah, now we're talking. Ooh, guess what? Warranty's over, in-house breaks, or it's time to service it. You're like, wait a minute. Especially if you're used to, if you saved your money to buy a watch that had an in-house movement and you paid $3,500, let's just say $3,500 for an in-house movement, or let's say 30. We're gonna keep it at 3,500. And you got that watch and you kept it for like 5 years, and then you had to get it serviced and stuff like that. And then it's like, what do you do then? Like, if you got to repair it, you're gonna be upset because that price is gonna hit you in the throat. Just saying. Shoot, so who was that was talking about they said they watch it and it just like they was having all kind of problems with it. Kept having problems with it. For an expensive movement. Nope. In-house is dumb. Us watch collectors are effing ourselves by favoring it. I'm good on it. And guess what? You know what? This is what I'm gonna say. There's only a few companies right now that are really building watches from scratch, bro. Like, a lot of, I'm gonna tell you one of the most expensive freaking ETA movements ever, man, is in the Hublot. That watch, even though like you see the skeletonized Hublot, the Big Bang, that's an ETA-based movement. And they just modified it. It's still ETA-based. At its core, it's still an ETA-based movement. Don't care what you say. And they $30,000, $25,000. Nope. And I use Hublot, and I'm not a hater of Hublot. I'm not against Hublot at all. There was a Hublot that I was actually gravitating towards, right? I looked at it, I said, oh, I would like to have this watch because it's all ceramic. I love the feel of it, man. It just felt cool to the touch. I said, man, this watch is smooth. I looked at the price. I said, sheesh, it's a number limited. Buying a brand new was crazy because like if you bought it pre-owned, it is the biggest difference, man. Well, how much was that watch originally? I was looking at was close to 20,000. I think it was like 18 and some change. I went and looked at the same watch, same year, and it's the number limited piece. Somebody was selling it, $9,000. I said, wait a minute. The watch came out this year, well, that year. You could buy it for 18. I think it debuted at like 21, but you could buy it at 18,000. And that much drops off? Are you ready? Are you crazy? 9,000? Oh yeah. I still don't want to, buy that because the Rado, dude, that's $2,100 or $2,500. Well, I stand corrected. Rado went up. That watch that I was looking at is $3,000 now. But I'm pretty sure you can still find a sale on it. I love my Magnums. I don't care what anyone thinks. You're not supposed to. I have a Citizen Orca Titanium. I had for 20 years. Never no problem. See? Now I don't have any watches with me right now that's that old. The oldest watch that I have that I'm rocking right now, or that I mess with, this was 3 years old, right? I'm trying to think. I have a Pro Diver that's about 12 years old. Still works fine. What else do I have? I have a Citizen that is 20 years old, still works fine. I'm trying to think what shoe. My dad's Timex. That thing is older than me. That thing still run. It still run. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to jump out of here, man. I don't have any old watches. Of course you don't, because no, yes you do. You got the Elgin. Stop it. You got the Elgin. Get out of here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I'm about to go. I appreciate just talking this long with y'all, man. It's been dope, man. Feel free to, if you are just looking, if you like the conversation, you want to be a part of future conversations, man, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or leave a message at the end of this episode. And we're gonna have some more conversations where all of us can sit and talk at the same time. Can't wait for that. You guys are all invited. If there's a topic that you guys want to have, let's talk about it. Watches and Wonders is coming up, and yeah, we're gonna have a conversation. I'll have a live possibly this weekend about Watches and Wonders, and we'll just go from there. So, all right, y'all. Appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Thank you to everybody, man. Shout out to my man Noctua for being out there, man. He's a celebrity. Get his autograph now before he blow up too. He ain't gonna be able to get touched, man. I'm telling you, Noctua. All right, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all support, man. Y'all be blessed.